Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dorian Show. My name is Dorian, and today we have a friend of mine here, Paul Robertson. He is a real estate agent and comedian.
Yeah.
And I think he has a six-pack. I've been stalking him on Instagram.
Bro, I'm working on that.
Yeah. Welcome, Paul, everyone.
What's up?
How's it going, dude?
Doing good. We're rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a handsome Asian man. I just want to throw that out there right now.
I get that rarely, but thank
Do
you.
you get that rarely?
Well, dude, Koreans
Do you get handsome or you don't get handsome?
I get Asian man a lot.
Are you an Asian man? That's what they ask you.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's more declarative. They're usually like, "You're an Asian man." I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah, Koreans coming up big. This BTS has helped me out a lot, bro.
Really?
Yeah, not get so much attention growing up.
You
But nowadays,
don't look like BTS though. You look like
I know. I didn't get all the plastic surgery, so I got the old.
Did they all
school.
get plastic surgery?
Bro, of course.
I thought Asians just look alike that way.
Well,
but you're different. They're like a little bit more feminine, I would say.
Yeah, no, when my hair's down, I get Stevie Aoki a lot. I get that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. Are you on the dating apps or anything like that?
Yeah, I do some dating apps.
You killing it?
Dude, I'm tired today. I just went on a date yesterday. I mean, you don't know if it did well or not. I just said I went on a date.
Dude, that's pretty good for most guys. Are you killing it on these apps?
I wouldn't say I'm killing it. Some ladies are killing it. They kill it.
Dude, I think all ladies kill it.
Yeah, it's killing my wallet, bro. Like, you know,
that makes sense.
Pay for stuff. It's a double standard going on right now, you know?
Yeah. What if I can ask you, how many dates do you go on?
I'm busy, so not with the dating. I like one a week. One a week. Because
that is insane. One a week is a lot. That's killing it for dudes.
I'm killing it. I'm killing it.
You're killing it. One a week meaning like a different lady.
Yeah, yeah. But I only got on the apps lately out of convenience because if you're working and you're trying to do stand up and you're also like having to go talk to like girls that you've never met before, it's a lot of work, man. So it's like just for the sake of I could do this, you know. You find true love on the toilet, you know.
That's true.
Swipe away.
Are you on Tinder or are you on?
I went all out.
All of them.
Yeah, I don't know all of them. Like I'm not on like Christian Mingle.
Okay.
But like I could try.
You could.
Yeah.
You're on the free ones only, or you pay for?
Dude, I paid for Bumble forever.
What? What's the difference? If you pay, you just get more.
You swipe as much as you want, dude. It's unlimited. Okay. But that was a bad investment.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Dude, I do the worst. I do the worst out of all of them there. Like
on Bumble.
Yeah.
You know why? It's because the ladies have to reach out first, and that's not how the game works in life. Even though they're saying like this is for like women to reach out first, like in real life, like women rarely reach out, right?
Yeah, no, that's the stupidest system.
Yeah,
yeah.
But you paid for it.
The ladies don't like to work like that, bro.
It's
you know, they think that that's a good thing, and for some guys it is. I was in the back of this cab. It was like Uber. Sorry, I'm old. This guy's like, I work at Bumble in our data department, and you ladies are just getting passed around by the same 15% of guys, and you guys have no clue how the matrix works and all this. I don't know if he's serious, but he was pretty drunk, and I don't know.
It's true.
He looked like a data guy.
I read something. They say the top 10% of men date like 90% of the women online.
Dude, I am definitely not in that percent. Dude,
I think you might be one a week. I was when I was on the apps, I was getting like couple matches, but maybe like one date, 1 to 2 dates a month, and I thought I was killing it, but I'm not.
Well,
compared to
how much do you swipe? Like,
I swiped the max. I'm only on Hinge, and I was on Coffee Meets Bagel for a while, so I swiped the whatever.
Did you send a message? Did you send a Hinge message?
I don't.
Bro, you got to work hard, bro. Like,
yeah.
You're the lazy way. I'm doing.
Well, here's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Here's what I don't like when they this is what people say, like a lot of ladies would be like, oh, you gotta stand out from the crowd, you have to make an effort, you have to send like a constructed specific message to every girl.
Yeah,
but I'm like, every woman is getting like thousands of message every single day. They might not even see my message, so I don't even send messages. I just and then they match.
Away.
If we match, that's when I send
Here's
something.
my theory. Don't, because it'll just be different in the inbox.
Okay.
Don't like the first picture.
I never do. I always like a picture where it's her face. If there's a close up of her face, I always like that one.
I always like the one where a friend's in it. So no, just kidding.
So you don't know which one she is?
No, always go for the quote.
You really?
Yeah.
Those are the worst.
You say something. You got to say something about that quote.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's worked
like,
for you?
this is fucking dumb. No, just kidding.
That might work.
Well,
that's nagging or
it doesn't. I mean, you don't. It could be some like black dude. You don't know. Like, don't get your. You don't take any of this seriously. Like, could be some like. Sometimes there's scammers on there. That's
like
a pain
the
in
woman
ass.
could have been a dude. Yeah.
I mean, San Francisco, they could all. Everyone's a dude. I don't know.
I feel like every Asian girl on there is fake, because they kind of look like those. They all kind of all look like a Korean like.
Yeah, they're
Like the photos just look fake to me.
yeah.
All the Asian women.
Those are mostly fake. Those are
Okay,
mostly
so I
fake.
just pass on the Asians.
They go for a lot of white chicks.
You do?
Yeah. I'm adopted though, so it's like
Oh,
what I
yeah,
grew up
dude.
with. Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's fine. I mean, I like all types of chicks. All the hot ones. But yeah, once a week is really good. They say 9% of women date. No, 9% of the 10% of the men date 9% of the women, and also that women hate Asian men. So
No, I'm telling you,
you're doing great.
BTS, Squid Games, fucking
Yeah?
helping us out. Yeah. But
Okay.
mostly the Koreans. And I got a little Japanese in me, which is really cool. We're like
Okay.
the coolest Asians right now.
They don't know if you're Korean or not. Do you say you are?
No. Like I get asked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I get asked that, but
Nice.
it's helpful.
Dude,
It's
you're
helpful.
killing it. You're killing it. So yeah, on the how do you ask a girl out? Like, do you spend a lot of time messaging them, or do you like?
No.
What's your game plan? I need to write this down. Take notes. Are you single fools in comedy?
Okay, it's kind of like stand up. You get a feel for it.
Okay.
So once there's enough, like you feel enough interaction happening,
Yeah.
you just say, "Hey, we should meet up."
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go like a couple days,
Or you say,
a couple
"Hey,
message.
yeah." Like, so there's a couple theories on this, a couple ideas.
Yeah.
I asked some girlfriends. Like sometimes I go for a phone number on the app. A lot of girls are like, "No,"
Okay.
or some girls like that.
Okay.
But you never know because there's no one size fits all with this. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
different, different styles, different aisles. You know?
Okay.
So sometimes you go for a number, but usually you're just like, usually you go and you'll meet up. And I don't like dinner. I like dinner,
Yeah.
but I don't like dinner dates.
Okay.
Because then like you're stuck with someone you don't know anybody from a profile.
Sure.
Yeah.
What do you go for? Drinks, coffee, ice cream?
It
Boba?
depends. It depends. A drink like a happy hour drink is great because then you can roll into a dinner.
Yeah.
If you do dinner, I recommend sushi. It's
Okay.
like you don't want to be stuck with a sandwich or pizza or like bite-sized stuff is better. Tapas. Anything bite-sized is
This
a good.
is good info.
Yeah.
I'm like totally different.
And if the date goes really well, you don't want to be all stuffed,
Yeah.
So like it you have to think about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
How give me your what is your I know a lot of like comedians will watch this, all 10 of them that follow would are single probably, and
I'll
they,
watch this one too. Don't worry.
okay, how would so you're matched with the girl, like I'm the girl, like what would you,
I don't know if I'd,
you don't want to give the specifics?
Oh, no.
Like how do you get that day? Like what do you start saying?
You go for you start saying like you just spit stupid stuff usually. Never compliment. I mean you can.
For example, give me one.
Okay, so there's this girl who is she's studying like somatic psychology, which I don't have no clue what that is.
Mm-hmm.
She likes like fantasy, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and like Harry Potter and stuff like that.
Okay.
What we do in the shadows.
Don't
So
know
I'm
what
just
that
like,
one. It doesn't matter.
It's on that end part of the
Okay.
movie spectrum. And
Okay.
It's comedy. Same
Okay.
director as like Thor: Love and Thunder and like Watiti or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's a cool guy. He's very funny, New Zealand guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know a little bit about that, so I'll just say, hey, I think Jermaine Clement is one of the funniest men alive. Send.
Okay.
So she's like, oh, that's interesting. Now we have that. And
Nice. Do you have to like research that? Because I don't know shit about.
No, because like if you're not interested in anything other than how she looks, like anything she wrote, if there's like I can't find out a lot from the profile, I'll probably skip it.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a power move.
Well,
I'm only in it for the looks. I feel like most of the times they say stuff, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no.
Because they say stupid shit like, I don't want pineapples on a pizza. It's a lot of times what I find.
Those girls are probably boring.
Yeah,
like, what are you going to get out of life? You know?
Okay, so you say something like very specific and you'll get a response.
Sometimes not,
Okay.
but that's the game I play. Try to like go, you got to go pointed. But on Tinder, you can't say anything really.
Oh, you can't?
Yeah, so you just swipe away, bombs away, and that's just all looks.
Okay.
I don't know why people write a profile.
Which apps do you have most success in?
Hinge and Tinder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even though it's just all spam and looks, only Tinder. You got the looks down, dude.
Hinge. Well, so you can screen for height. I don't got the height. I'm 5'7", 5'8" on a good day. You know.
Okay.
But you can screen that out too. Like
do you
6
lie
foot.
about your height?
No, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm trying to get
Guys lie about their height. That's what I hear.
That's good in the short term, bad in the long term, because then you gotta like compensate for that, like for the rest of your life with that person. You know.
What's crazier, men lying about their height or women lying about their weight?
Those are comparable opposites. Yeah.
But guys, you can lie and they wouldn't know until they meet you. But girls, like there are rules I stand by. Like you never swipe right on a girl that don't have a full body picture.
Ooh, those. Yeah, you can go to one and you swipe and like this person has
skinny face,
beautiful human being, does not like to work out.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
They got skinny face. This is how I have no game when I do online dating.
Yeah.
This is literally what happens. Like me and you will match on Hinge.
Okay.
And I'll say something like, "How was your weekend?" or "How is your week going?" And if she responds with anything, I'll be like, "Hey, you want to go grab a bite or a drink?"
Bro, you're missing a few critical steps.
Every single time.
You go 1 to 10.
It works enough times where.
Well, then that's all that matters. She must like something about you.
Yeah, but then also like it scares away like a lot of women. Some of them are like, "Oh, can you talk for a while or something?" I'm like,
that
no.
means she's interested though. That she's curious.
Yeah, but I don't know them. I don't want to talk to someone I don't know.
Nobody does, bro. But that's the game. You know,
it's a terrible game. Well, the thing is, I'm like, if it's a drink, like you just never see me again if you don't like me.
Yeah, but they're watching all these serial killer movies and shows right now, you know? So that's how it starts. He lured me into a bar, and then he lured me into his van.
Yeah.
And he lured me into a grave.
Okay.
That's the end of it, you know?
No yeah, take notes. Take notes, guys. Paul's killing it out there in the dating world and the white ladies, which is like the white whale, I guess.
I wouldn't say all white, but that's usually who responds to me, white or Asian generally.
Really?
Yeah.
I have like no response from Asian girls.
I'm not very interested in ABGs. You know ABGs?
Asian baby. I know what you're talking about.
It's not my style.
Little hood.
I'm very bohemian, and a lot of the girls who grew up and they're immigrants are very into material.
Yeah.
I work in real estate. I'm kind of like bohemian behind that. So
but everybody needs a house.
I like read poetry and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you're like a hip Asian. Where I don't see a lot of people. A lot of Asians don't fit in that role.
Well, because I'm adopted, so I'm like a white kid in disguise. I'm like I'm like a hippie bohemian kid.
That's right. Your parents hippie, kind of?
Yeah, my dad's hair was like longer than mine. And
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you have any other like adopted siblings?
Yeah, I do. My sister, she's 4 years younger than me. Also adopted from Korea, different family she's adopted from.
Oh, okay. Yeah, wow.
We're both like 6 months old when you get adopted from Korea back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy. How's that? How's that like growing up adopted?
Santa Cruz is pretty cool for that. Overall.
Shout out Santa Cruz. I went there.
Oh yeah,
undergrad.
Yeah. So my folks live pretty close to the campus now in Escalona.
Okay.
So they're not too far. I grew up in Aptos, which is Santa Cruz County.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Very nice area.
Yeah.
Was it like weird growing up, knowing your parents aren't your parents because you don't look like them?
Yeah, you don't look like. You pick up all the mannerisms though. Like kids like brainwash themselves real good into that, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like, say you grew up with religion.
Yeah, I did, but like my parents aren't religious.
Okay, so for example,
I was just putting like private school and I picked it up from there.
I was just talking to two people who went to BYU and they grew up Mormon, like super Mormon.
Yeah, yeah.
And like you think, well, that'd be weird. You hear some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Perfectly normal for them.
Okay.
So it's however you grow up is what's normal to you as a kid. We're pretty flexible as babies, I think.
Are you like, did you have like a rebellious phase where you're like, you're not my dad?
No, not
No.
me. That I mean, that
Your
definitely
sister?
is a lot of. She has a lot more tattoos than me,
Okay.
but
Do you think that was because she was rebellious or she's just
I don't know. I think people like
cool?
adoption's a rare thing, you know. So I
Uh-huh.
think people mentally process that, however their environment is and how they're
Mhm.
dealing with life.
Yeah.
So my life was pretty decently normal, easy. So
Okay.
for me, it's like no axe to grind there, you know.
No Asians though, right? In Aptos?
Not a lot.
How was that
Maybe
like?
the Chinese restaurants and the dry cleaner.
Yeah.
Pretty, yeah.
How was that like growing up?
I have two adopted cousins who are also Korean. One's 2 years older than me, and then
Okay.
one's like half a year younger.
Yeah.
So it's just
And
like,
dude, your family is just
adopting machines.
yeah. None like your parents don't have their own children. They just adopted you guys.
Nah, dude, my dad was such a hippie. He was like, "Oh, having kids is bad." And he got a vasectomy like in his 20s,
Nice.
and then later he's like, "Kids are cool,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so I'm gonna go adopt kids."
Nice.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a bunch of like Asian Robertsons.
Family tree. I'm like the last.
looks-
So my grandma had 9 kids, 2
Okay.
boys. My dad and his brother. I am the last male Robertson. The family tree is going very Asian from now on forever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But you're the Asian Robertson that will
I'm the
live
last
on.
one. Yeah, I'm the last of the
Oh,
dynasty.
shit. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Do you have do you know who your birth parents are, or is that it was like a I don't know how that works? Did they adopt from Korea?
I never met him.
Okay.
I never met him.
But do you know who they are, or no?
I know very little about that through the adoption agency.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually went to Korea to go meet my birth mom.
You did.
Yeah, but I couldn't
Why?
because a year after I was adopted,
Uh huh.
she got married, and he probably thinks she was a virgin. Like, I'm pretty sure I would have waltzed back into her life, and she was like, "Glad he's okay, but for reasons I can't meet because."
When was this?
This is after college. This is right after college. I went to
Okay.
Korea.
You
I
could
have
hit her up now. There's no way they would know. You just say you're a nephew.
something like
Have
that.
you guys communicated?
No. Just the one time through the adoption agency. I have a half sister and a half brother.
Okay.
Over there. Yeah.
Have you met them?
No,
Talked
but
to
I
them?
want to. I'm very curious. I'm very
Okay.
curious. Yeah.
How would you get in contact with them? Does the adoption agency have their information down?
Probably. Yeah, I think so.
You speak Korean?
No.
Do people in Korea generally speak English? No.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
do?
The younger people definitely are getting that. It's like,
Okay. Well,
More
right when
than-
you were talking about BTS, I was like, those guys' English is terrible. I don't think they speak.
I think
Not-
Blackpink's English is pretty good.
Okay.
If I remember.
I don't know any of them. I just heard some of BTS
You don't know them
songs.
personally?
No, or I never
No?
watched their interview. I've
okay.
seen like BTS's like songs, and I'm like, I don't think they know English.
They understand a lot more than.
Okay.
I mean, I can't speak for all Koreans,
Yeah.
but when I was there, like
most of them.
around the cities, the younger folks, there's like there's shrines to English.
Okay.
Their subway is also in English in Korean.
Oh,
Seoul,
okay.
Seoul. They have it's all in Korean and then in English right behind it.
You know what I heard? Do you listen to Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I think he said it was for Korean people, but like the pilots and like the airlines and stuff, they all started speaking English
Heard that
because
yeah.
in like the Korean language, like it's
hierarchy.
and they couldn't tell like their superior that something's wrong.
There's a very famous case about that where
Okay.
the plane went down
Uh-huh.
because the air traffic control's above them and they
Uh-huh.
wouldn't tell the air traffic control
That they're
that
wrong.
they're out of fuel.
Oh,
And
really?
the plane just fucking crashed. They have a like superior to almost every airline at the time
Yeah,
safety
yeah, yeah.
record. No one could understand why the plane would run out of fuel and crash.
Yeah.
And it's because of the culture. Apparently, that's the only thing that they could really understand.
Yeah. But once they like switched languages,
Yeah.
like you just tell me, hey, you're out of fuel.
Yeah, that's like, well, that's
It's
what
very
I am. I
crazy.
only speak English. So
Yeah.
there's sometimes, people will put as a person who like is Korean and looks Korean, but not culturally.
Yeah.
They'll put expectations on you that I don't
Yeah.
need at all, and it's like, well, I'm not gonna do that shit.
Well, I mean, a lot of stuff are kind of dumb. Like when I was younger, when I like work and even when I was in college and school, they like teach you kind of these like they call it cultural awareness,
Yeah.
but it's really just a nice way of telling you like stereotypes, because they'll say like, oh, sometimes Asian people don't make eye contact because that's not in their culture. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what is that?
They're
like,
treading on thin ice, you know?
But I'm like, all right, dude. Like, I'm like, okay, so I don't know like what to do with that, because everyone I know makes eye contact.
The guys around here, like, Asians are bitches. They never look at you in the eye, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, is that true?
It's
like,
not. I make eye contact all the time.
Yeah, me too.
I make eye contact so much. This is a long time. It was like probably 10 years ago. I used to work in the Tenderloin, and I will always make eye contact with people that I walk by. But because I was in the Tenderloin, I almost got into a fight with some bum.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he used to walk by me, and then I'm a bigger dude, so he was like, it was weird. So he walked by me, and then when he was behind me, he was just like, "What are you looking at?" But he just kept walking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I make eye contact.
That guy's anger man, you know?
But like stuff like that, I'm like, why do you tell people like you can't assume all Asians don't make eye contact?
Sounds like
or
a
like,
gross generalization.
Yeah,
it's
or
like billions of Asians.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just looking at the floor.
And even the U.S., like, it's so like being born here is you're already so different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy. So you're in real estate. How long have you been doing that?
Like over 12 years now, something like that. Like 13 years maybe.
Really, you knew?
Yeah, I started in New York.
Oh wow.
I was after I went to USF here, and
Okay.
I studied finance, and I would
Nice.
minor in music from there.
Okay.
And I went out there. And,
Oliwa Candy,
huh?
basketball player. I forgot his name. First name. Oliwa Candy, first #1 draft pick. This is back when
I don't know,
we were younger.
bro. I'm not so good with
Basketball, NBA.
not so good with the NBA draft picks. It's
Okay.
not-
He was
but-
like in early 2000.
he was a USF guy.
USF, I think. Yeah.
Oh, really? Shit, I should know
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
I'm on our alumni board, so these are things I probably should know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I went out to New York, and then I, yeah,
How long were you out there doing real estate?
like all my 20s. So I was there
Okay.
from like 22 to like 31, something like that.
Okay.
And I came back here and kept doing it.
Did you like always knew you wanted to do real estate?
Bro, no, bro.
How did you get into it?
I went out there. I was gonna be an investment banker,
Nice.
and then like nobody likes that job. That sucky job. So I'm like, I'm still gonna go out there. I'm not gonna do that. And then I want to learn about real estate. So I became a property manager, which is the most hard, thankless job. One of them, other than being a mom.
like on
It's like-
site or like at the not
yeah, I
on
was
site.
managing like.
Like you live there is what I'm saying.
I didn't live.
Okay,
I,
okay,
I
okay.
on you don't
Those
want
are the
that.
worst.
Yeah, I lived at a company like apartment
Yeah,
in
yeah,
a
yeah.
different building that I
Okay.
didn't manage because you
Okay.
don't want to be bombarded by that.
That is a thankless job.
Yeah, the only people who message you or whatever for whatever reason call you are like unhappy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they did that, and I'm like, these brokers are killing it. I was like 23, and I was in New York, and I wanted to make money, so I just started brokering property.
Why didn't you get into investment banking? Like you got out there and you said no, or you knew you weren't going to do it?
I had a couple friends who went, and they went through like the financial meltdown and all that and stuff, but they all
That's
hated
right.
it. It was like, I guess after your first couple years, your hours change a little bit, but it's like going to corporate law or something like that. They just grind you.
In the first
Yeah, because
couple of years?
it's a demand and supply kind of thing. So
Yeah.
out of the gate, it's at the time it was one of the highest paying jobs you could like practically get.
at
without
Goldman
being-
Sachs.
Yeah, guys like that, Lehman
yeah.
Brothers when they was back in
Right.
business, UBS, all these different guys. But really, what they're doing in a way is they're just doing like real estate for companies. They're just like putting together numbers so we can sell a company or analyze a company to sell to the public and things like that. And
Yeah.
a lot of other things too. But it's like the way they treat the employees there usually fucking sucks.
Right.
Yeah, from everything I saw, they
Yeah,
could
yeah,
have
yeah.
a guy who's like, "That's not true." I'm like, okay, fine.
Well, they
it's
have to
not
change
true.
it now because of social media. I think something came out in Goldman Sachs where they had like whatever they call like the new employees. They work like 80 hours a week, and they have to do all these like presentations for the morning meetings.
Yeah.
And they're like, sometimes people don't even look at it. You know what I mean?
Oh man,
Like
yeah.
they grind them down, and then they're like, I don't know if anyone ever looks at this material. So,
It's
but the pay is good,
it's the highest job you can get.
And you
out
get
of the
to have
gate.
like Goldman Sachs on your resume. I guess that looks good.
There is that if you care about that.
Yeah.
If you want to keep going in that direction, it's important.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
How is what year did you start? Like right in the
Like
height?
08.
Dude.
At the bottom. That's the best time to start.
Is that the bottom or is that like right before the bottom?
I
2008.
think 2008 was when it's crashing down, something like
Okay.
that. Maybe I was starting 09 then.
Okay.
I gotta refresh, but we had like a 10-year bull market after that.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, so there's a lot of people who are just getting fucked up. They don't know how to handle that switch, and so when you don't know any better, it's just that's what you're interested in getting into. You just do it, and then you figure it out.
Was it easy in 2009 or people were still scared? But this is like when interest rates were low.
Dude, I went out
was
to
in
New
college.
York with I knew one guy,
Uh-huh.
and I slept on a couch for a couple weeks because I didn't go out with a job. But
Yeah, yeah.
I was pretty confident I could make it work.
Okay.
And then I just applied for jobs and just you figure it out.
Okay.
I'm not an immigrant to New York, but I felt like
Right.
kind of in like, you know, when you hear about people who immigrate to another country, they
Yeah,
had
yeah,
it way
yeah.
harder. But for me, it's like I didn't know anybody. I didn't have money to like do
Yeah.
things. So it's just you figure it out and you go with it. You know?
How did you get your first job? You got your license first or you started working?
I was a property manager first. So during the financial meltdown, I remember having this this person who was like, "Oh, I wish my nephew could get a job. So good you have a job." And I'm like, "Yo, how did they what are they doing to get a job? I just got this job." He's like, "Oh, they applied to a couple places." I'm like, "Dude, I was on Craigslist applying to 20 jobs a day till I got a job." And it took a while, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I was cold calling before that. This job sucks. So I'm like, I'm just gonna keep doing this until I find a job that's different, and I want to learn about property. So then it took me like 2 months or something
To get your license?
no, to be a property manager.
Okay.
And then when I was trying to get my license, that's a big book like to study to like actually get through. It's actually like a college level course, and you're trying to do that
Okay.
while you're working and stuff. And like being in your 20s is like hard to concentrate. So I
Yeah.
would just wake up a little earlier and do that like early in the morning.
Was the test hard?
So no,
Okay.
that's why there's a lot of shitty realtors out there. But it was hard enough that you actually put some work into it, though. It doesn't help you with your job. So the way I did that is I'm like, well, I need a 70 to pass. So I'm just going to buy all these practice tests, and I'm just going to study till I get an 80 almost every time. Then I'm going to take the test. And then so I think I passed with like a 73. I'm like, oh, fuck, I studied 3% too much. I'm not trying to get an A on this test. I just pass, fail, you know?
And once you get your license, it's easy to get into a brokerage or?
Yeah, because they don't pay you anything.
Oh, really? No salary at all?
No, it's all cold cowboy. You get whatever you bring in. You're like a bounty hunter.
Okay.
So whatever you can do successfully, you get paid on. Whatever you don't do successfully, you can put 1,000 hours into something and get
They don't
nothing
care.
for it. Yeah.
So I know now it's probably most people do 4.5%. So you're splitting 2% each, buyer and seller agent.
Yeah, that got depressed. It used to be 6.
Okay,
and
so
it
you
held
get 3.
5 for a long time. And
Okay.
then now it's usually 5.
Okay.
Usually
So
5
let's say you get 2.5%. How much do you have to give to the brokerage?
It depends on your.
Is it like
like for
sales? The
me-
more you sell, the more of the percentage you get to keep? Or is
Yeah,
it
at
like
some
that?
point here where I work, Keller Williams, San Francisco. What's up?
Shout
you
out.
cap it out, so you get you have a small like couple $100 transaction fee, but everything else you keep after a certain amount of sales.
Okay.
And up to that, you're giving away like 15 to 20% of each check, and that's before your expenses, and that's before Uncle Sam, and that's before all your time you put into it. So off the top.
Yeah, but that's better than splitting giving them a full percentage point, which is like 50%.
That's true. That used to be how it was when brokerages had more authority and power.
Okay.
And now, as like the teams within real estate have more power, and the brokerage itself, it used to be because there was no Zillow.
Yeah.
People couldn't look things up on their own. You had to come through a brokerage to see this magical book of homes that existed.
Yeah.
And that's the only way to really do it.
Yeah.
So that got ate away by the internet. Same with like travel agents, you know,
Right.
they just died.
With Expedient and all that.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, though, like being a real estate, it's like a job. It's like work. It's not like you have no secret information anymore.
Yeah.
But you have an understanding of a process to buy real estate and help people out. Yeah.
So what makes a good successful real estate agent? If anyone here wants to get into it,
dude, you have to be a good self-managing boss. Like I tell people, and does not hold true for everything. It's kind of like if you could lose 15 pounds, you could be a good real estate agent because you can make yourself do something consistently. Like you have to have a lot of self-discipline because I found out when I started, I'm a horrible boss to myself. I'm way too easy on myself.
Right.
So it's like you could go days without doing anything and no one's gonna say shit.
Yeah,
it's like going to the gym. Who's gonna tell you you're not going to the gym? Maybe get like a circle of friends who tell you you're slacking or something. But otherwise, it's like you gotta make yourself.
And you only need to sell really like a few homes a year for you to be able to live. Well, I don't know. Rent's pretty expensive in San Francisco, but
bro,
you know
it's expensive here, man. It's expensive. You gotta sell a couple, yeah.
A couple.
Yeah.
How many houses do you have to sell to feel like you're not eating shit for a year?
To feel like I'm doing okay?
Yeah.
Like one a month or something would be fine, I think.
Okay, so 12 a year.
People who would do 12 a year are going to make more money than most.
Okay, so if you do, what would be like your minimum? Would you say like you would feel like really terrible? 12 or you like 9?
Well, it's different because I have a real estate partner and I have like a virtual assistant and I have so there's little stuff going on. Now you want 12 a year minimum. Like that's not even a lot. There's realtors out here who are like very productive. I'd say that they'd laugh at me. They'd be laughable. Yeah, they're just laughing in their Bentleys, bro. Just laughing. How do
you get clients? Word of mouth? You do really well with one person, or you?
Yeah. So and there's
or you hit up friends and family is what I'm assuming most people
This is one
start.
of the most fair businesses I've seen. Like, because you'll see like an immigrant lesbian chick come out and just crush it, you know? And compared to like tall white guy just flailing about. This is like one of the most meritocracy. No, I mean, nothing's perfect, but it's like very merit oriented. And it's like, well, what are the things? It's like comedy. Like, it doesn't matter your status. Can you make people laugh? Can you do the thing and you're good at like meeting people in a way that they inspire them to work with you, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember the question.
I was just saying, like, how do you even get clients? Like, in the beginning, it's like friends and family. Like, you just...
Yeah, there's friends and family. You have to learn some marketing. You
Okay.
have to learn to talk to people you've never talked to before.
Yeah.
But I'd experienced doing that when I went to New York, and I experienced doing that moving back here. So you learn oh, I don't need to. Okay, this is my best analogy for it, right? Like some people, they can put a log in a fire. That's the easiest thing.
Right.
Other people like go out in the wilderness and have 2 little twigs. It's all wet, and they can create a fire.
Right.
So same socially, you have to be able to turn strangers into people who trust you enough to have you handle an asset that's worth a lot of money, you know.
Okay.
And you have to do it without a degree. Like a doctor, that degree's up there. You wear the lab coat and the stethoscope. Like she looks like a doctor. I'm going to trust them. They're in the right place.
Yeah.
You know, they're in this hospital or whatever.
Right.
Real estate agent, man, like there's some shabby realtors out there. Not going to lie. They were pretty shabby, and other ones treat it like a job. So you just treat it like a job and meet a lot of people.
How much of new clients are you getting from like your social?
Not that much right now.
Okay.
Because I don't have a huge social presence. I have like under 1,000 people on my social.
Fucking kill it.
But there's some realtors like have like 100,000.
Right.
You know, usually hot chicks.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of good looking realtors who don't have too. So it's not it's not that easy.
Do you have a separate account? Because the one I'm following.
No, I should.
Because you know what, you don't put homes on there, but you don't want to do that, huh?
I'll do that a little bit more. It's gonna be like it's just my life at this point. It's just gonna be Bro, does Joe Rogan have a separate account for his comedy, bro? No, he just put it in one spot.
You're right, dude.
He's a little more popular than me, but I'll catch up, you know?
I know.
So.
You take really great scenic stuff on your Instagram.
Yeah, it's boring. I just have to fill it in. I'll put music on it, though, you know?
Oh, okay.
I got some tunes on my stories, you know?
Nice. So what is the... Okay, what's your plan now? It's because the recession's coming. Everybody's talking about housing is going to crash. Like, are you nervous about it, or are you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, it just like.
But there's always people willing to buy them. So obviously, there's just not as many.
It changes. The people who can do anything changes.
Okay.
So it's like, I mean, when things are going good or bad, people are going to be doing comedy.
Yeah.
When life happens, real estate comes in the passenger seat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, now I don't have like this couple who are gonna sell their equity in a tech company that's about to IPO, who are gonna
Right.
buy a house
Yeah.
at like 2.5% interest rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage.
Right.
They're not existing anymore.
Yeah.
So you have to be like, okay, now I'm gonna go find like
Cash buyers.
cash buyers, international estate planners,
Okay.
like estate attorneys. There's things happen, but the people who are like the gatekeepers for that to happen
Yeah.
are going to be different people.
Yeah.
And then it's like, as a real estate agent, we're kind of a quarterback, and we give the ball to a lot of people, like a contractor,
Yeah.
electrician, or whoever. And so you got to make sure that they're giving the ball back too. Sometimes, like, hey, you know how I'm giving you all this business? Well, wouldn't it be nice if once in a while we could have that be a two-way street?
Yeah.
Because like, but they don't know how to ask for business in a way. Kind of have to train them a little bit.
Okay.
It's like, oh, yeah, my cousin actually, because I have like 1,000 cousins, is gonna like buy a house. Maybe I should introduce him. They just don't know how to do that. It's
Right.
They're not trained, because all we do as realtors, we're like super social animals in a way.
Yeah.
So we just know the opportunities. But if you're a tradesman or woman, you're not like trained to like sense those opportunities. You ever play football?
Well,
Well,
not,
I didn't, but it's an analogy.
Yeah.
It's like you're looking for openings socially
yeah.
where someone needs your help.
right.
Yeah, and
There's
so but
opportunities
if
everywhere.
You got your eyes closed to it, you're not going to see it. So
Okay.
yeah.
So I was wondering, there must be cash buyers, because people are always talking about cash buyers in the last couple years. Isn't this the time where cash buyers come in when the housing prices start to go down?
Yeah, they'll have. I mean, the housing prices haven't fallen much.
Yeah, but like people are
Like they've gone.
it's coming is
they've
what they're
gone-
saying, right? Or you
yeah,
don't think so?
We'll
hard
see.
to
We'll
say.
see if there's a lot of unemployment,
Yeah.
then people are fucked. Like
Yeah.
I've been hearing rumors of like freezes on hiring, and not layoffs, but like big freezes on
Yeah,
hiring and
at the
some
techs.
layoffs a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
if that happens more, like
Yeah.
in this region where we have super low unemployment, we're in trouble. Like
Okay.
everybody's going to be in a little bit more trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be good for anybody.
But you think most people aren't even owners though, right? So if they're renters, they're
Yeah, their chances of getting a house will be harder.
yeah.
Because
Okay.
you know, if they're not having this, there's like a lot of these people who are clients had cashed out like stock options, and then they're going to use that as a down
Right,
payment. Or
right.
They have their family helping them.
Yeah.
If you came from not a lot of means and you worked your ass off through university and you got a good high-paying job, but you didn't have a stock option, and you're just trying to save and get into this game called home ownership, which makes the banks look at you differently, where you live, like where you send your kids, it's like a whole different trajectory. When you're a homeowner in a good area,
Yeah.
it sends you off in a different place. It's something to try to do. It's actually really good if you can.
Right.
It gets really tough for them.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and then like, you know, I feel for that because dude, my mom was a breadwinner. My dad was a stay-at-home dad, and it's like, you know, one salary and like female breadwinner. It's like, hey, I understand. It's kind of like
Yeah.
it's harder. And how do I get on that track where I can take benefit of that part of America and everything? It's hard. Yeah.
Cool. Do you are you personally worried about business, or you're like
I mean, always. It's kind of, you can't, when you're self-employed, as long as you kind of can't ever not be worried. Like the minute that happens, you've done something, you've made a mistake, because you've probably been not worried for too long.
okay?
Once you recognize you're not worried, it's kind of like, yeah, you got to be hungry all the time, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some people who've been in it for so long, they have so many clients that it's like, it doesn't matter. But when you're, you know, I had to restart my whole practice coming out here from New York.
That's right.
Yeah, so that like, you had to.
Is it harder here or easier?
You do more work here. It's
Really?
not harder. People have the same needs, but like a realtor actually works harder out here because there's more paperwork. There's more government rules on home transferring and stuff like that. So we have to work a lot harder.
Okay.
Yeah, in New York, we hire an attorney. We have the buyer seller. They hire their own attorney, and they do a lot of the realtor's job out
And
here.
that's law out there. Like, yeah,
No,
need
you
to get an
don't. You
attorney?
don't have to. Like,
Okay.
you don't have to use a realtor at all. It's just like it's a job.
Yeah,
Do I
yeah,
want to
yeah,
do
yeah.
this? Because, like, I mean, how much time do I got? Right? Like, this guy's good at it, and he's gonna do everything. You know. So people don't have to hire a contractor. They could fix their own house too, but it's a job. you know?
Right.
So if you're good at it,
Yeah.
you know, it's the same thing.
If you the other question I want to ask you is, you've been in it for so long. Is there a reason why you don't want to do like your own?
I'm a broker here.
You are a broker.
Yeah, I'm a broker here, but like there's back office stuff insurance stuff. Like,
Okay.
there is a huge benefit to being affiliated, not with a brand. I don't care about that as much as it is to be affiliated with other people with information, and you're synergizing and sharing info. You know, it's like same with comics and stuff. It's like, you don't have to hang out with any other stand-ups, but like you share tips and you're like, you know, you're always in the mingle, and you might hear about a gig or something that like, just
so under Keller Williams, you're just giving them a fee to use their insurance, or
no, I mean, it's just to like be in the office culture
with other people
in a good way. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like going to a gym. You can do it as much or as little as you want.
Yeah.
You don't like, you can never show up ever.
What's the turnover like in this building?
I don't know. It's probably huge.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, there's people, like I said, 12 a year, and like people are laughing. On the other end of the spectrum, there's people who don't do one ever.
Oh, geez.
It's like, again, like stand-up, there's people who can't make anybody laugh.
Yeah.
There's other people who crush it and make everybody laugh all the time. So, you know, I'm just always trying to do better.
So you see people like in and out of this office a lot.
Dude, they don't come in. I never see them. It's like on them to like be learning and like kind of, it's like an apprenticeship almost.
Okay.
Like, there's things that people know in this office that way I don't know, and I have to, on a specific job, you ask and you learn, you know?
And people are pretty cool. I feel like everyone's your competitor in here.
I mean, there's dicks out there.
Okay.
But most people are they're not cool with giving you their time,
right?
Because they're busy as hell.
Yeah.
But they're cool if you have their time and you're friendly, giving you their info. It's no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a dick? Are you a nice guy here?
Yeah, I'm all the worst. Just crush my enemies and. No, I'm pretty nice, but again, like it's more of a time constraint than it is like info. Like the info is all out there too. It's like there's no secret.
Yeah.
Like most of the stuff you could like ask most people who have done some work, but it's just mostly people are busy. Yeah.
Okay. Cool, dude. Let's talk about a little bit of comedy. Why did you get into comedy? This is like the last couple minutes.
Oh yeah.
When did you start?
Dude, I had a friend who I started back in college.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a friend who was he's a Boy Scout, and he's like one of the best storytellers I've ever heard in my life. And he just got so much attention.
Okay.
And I'm like, one night, I don't know, I just had some spark in me, and I was really funny.
Yeah.
Just, you know how some people are on some nights for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was fucking great. I wish I could learn to do that a lot. And so, like, I think that then inspired me to do it. So. And then I wanted to do it like just because you see it and you're like, fuck it, maybe I could do that.
Sure. Are you doing more? You just started doing more consistently, or were you doing it for a while?
I was doing it in New York a long time ago.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. And just on the local like newbie circuit, and then I stopped for a long time. I was like focusing on work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I just started like this last year again, going out like a couple times a week and writing as much as possible.
You do write a lot.
I try to,
okay.
You know, because like it's like you're solving a problem sometimes, right?
Yeah.
You're like, here's my joke, here's my premise. How do I get it from, you know, to how do you get it so it like makes sense? And there's all these little pieces to it. You know? Yeah. That used to scare the shit out of me. I'd see a guy and he'd do the same shit joke for a year, and he's like tweaking it a little bit. I'm like, dude, the more you polish a turd, it's a shinier turd, bro. Like,
yeah.
And it's like, let's just guess that I'm not my best joke writer when I started, and then like keep writing jokes and polish those as I go, and hopefully I'm getting better theoretically, you know?
Yeah. Well, you seem to, you're a pretty disciplined person. You're writing all the time, and you're doing a job where you don't have a boss.
Bro,
you may or may not have a six-pack.
I just listen to like Jocko Willink or whatever. It's like, tell me how disciplined you got to be to like fucking destroy your enemies and shit, you know?
And it works? I never write. I don't write until, and I do like my jokes for a couple of weeks, and I'm like, I gotta have, like, they know. And then I'll write like 5 minutes of new stuff, and it's trash.
So here's, okay, I am nobody to take advice from, but here's what I do, which seems to work a little bit.
Okay.
Is that like I don't start at a desk. I'll start by walking around.
Okay.
I'll like physically walk around. I'll go on a walk down the block, and like I come back, and like if you don't wear headphones, you're just letting your mind go. There's some things, and write those on my phone. I just start working on that. Like, how can I turn this into a joke structure?
Okay.
Because I'll have like or you'll pick them up from a conversation.
Yeah.
Talking to someone, and so I was just talking to.
You write it down immediately?
I write it down pretty fucking fast. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm pretty forgetful.
Yeah, me too.
So I was on a date.
Nice.
And
Shout out.
Shout out.
to her.
Yeah. And she's like, you know, they should have, as a premise, it's like, my food's always going bad. They should have grocery stores for single people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's a premise that could be pretty rich. And you could open
Right.
that, right? And it's like, huh, yeah,
Nice.
that kind of thing, you know? Write that down. I'm not going to use that. I'm encouraging her to like try an open mic to do that. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm no
dude.
joke thief, bro, you know?
Yeah, me neither. But sometimes like I'm afraid I might take someone's joke. Because you hear so much of it, and then when you're writing, and you're like, "Did someone say this already?" Does that ever happen or no?
I mean, you could have the same premise with a different joke.
Yeah,
Like, you know, like one premise, like the most basic premise. Oh, the apps are hard, or like, you know,
Yeah.
oh, like
You should be like,
female
"The
comment,
apps are fucking
oh,
easy."
My vagina's weird, you know, like
yeah,
how many times has that been told? You know,
yeah.
it's like it's a different angle, I guess, or something. So
Okay.
yeah. But man, how long you been doing comedy? You been
A year exactly, almost,
okay, cool.
give or take a year.
Were you doing anything artistic like that before?
No, I was in. So I came back in September last year. I was living in Long Beach in SoCal, and I did only like once or twice because there was an open mic at a coffee shop. But there weren't a lot of open mics at the time, so I did it once and I didn't do it for a couple of years. And I came back here. I'm working from home, and it like kind of freed up all this time. And I was like, I think I want to do this.
Yeah.
But it's so rough. It feels like it's both the most exciting thing ever and also the most depressing at the same time. Like that short 5 minutes you're on stage, you're like, oh, I feel great, or you're like,
Yeah.
trash.
Well, you have to adjust for the audience too, right? Like when we're at the milk bar at 11,
Yeah.
and there's like 20 comics at the bar and 4 in the room, you're like, I don't know what to expect of this, you know?
Yeah.
Feedback.
I'm trying to work on like kind of dictating the energy. Like I feel like a bad habit of mine is I match the energy of the crowd. So if they're laughing, having fun, it's kind of like
Yeah.
pushing me to the next joke, and I'm like upbeat, more energy. But if it's dead, I'm just like, oh, you know, what about Asians?
Yeah. Well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Like you have to like be unflappable.
Yeah, but you'll look like a psychopath if you're just like high energy and there's like 2 people there and
Well, I
you're like
don't-
playing to the room.
I don't know if you have to be high energy. You just have to
Yeah.
not give a fuck. Like
Yeah.
like I'm gonna have fun.
Yeah.
This is ideal. I'm
Yeah,
not always
yeah.
like this either. But it's like I'm gonna have fun. I don't care. I'm adjusting to the one person sitting there or something like that. I'm glad I
Right.
sat here for an hour to do jokes to the one person sitting there or something like that. But like, you know, I think it's a rough takeoff for any comic. And,
Yeah.
and part of the open mic, and it's not ideal, and I wish it wasn't like this, is just being able to deal with the emotions of like nobody fucking cares. I get so little feedback per mic. I gotta keep polishing shitty jokes until I get better jokes, and then I try to get book shows. And I think the showcases for like bringer shows or like even class shows are actually really useful, more than the class theory and stuff too. Is just having an audience at a
Yeah,
a
that's the
showcase
most
for-
important.
Yeah.
So speaking of classes, you've done a couple. Are those worthwhile in your opinion?
For different reasons, and people like if you've never thought about comedy, it's probably just to get you up.
Yeah.
Like I have one friend who says he took me to an Andrew Schultz show in the Masonic at the end of last year, and so I said, "Oh, I know this workshop, and you should try it." And he's like, "Yeah, he's out a lot, and he's I would have never gone on this path and done all these pushed as far as I have if I didn't start in a workshop,
Right.
because it just forced him to do something he wasn't gonna probably ballsy enough at the time to do."
Yeah.
And he's pretty good,
Okay.
So yeah. And the other thing, which like, so I used to, do you know Akash Singh?
Yeah.
I used to go to open mic with him in New York. We started at the
Oh,
same
really?
time. Yeah.
Nice.
And he just kept, him and Andrew Schultz.
Were
just
they
kept
buds
going.
the whole time?
No, when I met Andrew Schultz, he had a business card. I think he's from Long Beach or something. It's on his card, wherever he's from. And
Long Beach out in New York, right?
no. I think he's from, no, maybe he's from Santa Monica. I can't
Okay.
remember.
Okay.
I had, when I went,
His dad was like a news guy, I think. Andrew
was he?
Schultz, something
Okay.
like that. Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know much about him, but I remember meeting him at an open mic a long time ago. And Akash, we used to go to open mics together, and I quit. And they kept pushing through all this brutal stuff we're talking about, and
Yeah.
they came out the other end polished. You know,
Right. So you've seen their development. Have they changed a lot since the beginning, you think?
I mean, they just know how to do it. Like, I think I don't know Andrew, but me and Akash used to hang out. And so,
Yeah. Hey, shout out Akash. Come on the podcast.
what's up, man? I saw him at Cobb's. He played Cobb's.
Did he remember you?
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, dude. Like
Yeah,
that.
no, we're texting before. It was nice to have
Oh,
his number.
shit,
Yeah.
dude.
I mean, we're not close. It's been a long
Yeah,
time.
but close enough to be his real estate broker.
We'll find out. Come out
Shout
to
out,
come out to
dude.
San Francisco. But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, but they just pushed through this
Yeah,
brutal
yeah.
process. And
Over like 10 years, right? Because you went to
more.
New York.
a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah. But I saw him come up because he was doing open mics, and then all of a sudden I was doing real estate, and then he was doing like Caroline's.
Okay.
And he was always a Desi guy. He was doing like these like ethnic shows with other Indian dudes.
Yeah,
and he was
yeah,
playing
yeah.
that angle a lot.
Yeah.
And I'd see him at Eastville, which is like a Lower East Side
Uh-huh.
comedy club. And then he'd just get bigger venues. It was Caroline's. Gotham. I saw him at Gotham.
Yeah.
And then I had left New York and I was out here, and then he just kept. And then you know what really does it is stuff like this.
Uh-huh.
Like the social media aspect to stand up has changed stand up so much.
Right.
Who gets booked, and if you can get I think it was Sophie, who's the one who married to one of the Jonas brothers. She played she was in Game of Thrones. She had the red hair.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Sansa Stark.
Yeah, her actress. She was like, there's an she was playing the Phoenix. She was playing Jean
Yeah, yeah,
Grey
yeah.
in X-Men. She's like, yo, there was an actress who I think's way better than me who was auditioning.
Uh-huh.
She should have got the job, but I have bigger social media. So
What was she doing before Game of Thrones? She had a social media presence before
No, this is
that?
because of Game of Thrones for X-Men.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a terrible movie though, but
well, I mean,
she has a name, yeah.
yeah, she's more bankable. And
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
think
yeah.
the people who are doing the social media aspect of comedy, it's like just a way to not circumvent clubs, but to show
Right.
to clubs like, hey, like, I'm not showing you a demo tape here. I got like 30,000 people, not me, but
Yeah.
like I'm pretty bookable.
Right.
And so then it comes down if they like you or not, you know?
Yeah. But even that in itself is hard work, the social media
Dude,
game.
how many comics have 30,000, you know?
I don't.
That's hard.
I got like 200 people following me, all friends. And
Bro,
spam.
I got like just under 1,000. I'm gonna
You're
eat a cake
killing
when I
it.
get 1,000. Yeah.
You're killing it, dude.
Yeah. Try.
Do you put like hashtags and stuff on your posts?
Yeah, sometimes, but it's mostly like real estate hashtags. You know,
I see.
like I only have like 5 comedy things up there.
Do you think it'll be good for you to combine all those things or keep it?
You know what's interesting?
Separate.
So that's been interesting. When I started posting some comedy on it's like a work page basically.
Yeah.
People who don't show me much interest as a realtor
Yeah.
would come up and talk to me because they like some jokes that they'd listen to. So it's just a totally different way to interest people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're okay with like just putting all together and?
Bro,
You
I'll
don't
throw
know.
F-bombs, fuck this, fuck that. Like, it doesn't...
Well, no one could fire you, but some people. I'm a
like,
little afraid of getting
people
canceled.
around here ask me, like, oh, you call people jerks, you're, like, cussing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm polite about it. I don't do it in anger.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you don't like that, there's, like, just under 1 million people in this city, so I can find some more.
Right.
Together, So I'm not trying to piss people off, but I'm trying to, like, be my own human being and not like hide behind politeness.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another good reason to be your own boss. You can't get fired.
For sure.
But yeah, dude, anything else? We've done almost an hour here. I had a great time. We should do it
Yeah,
again.
that went quick, man.
That went quick.
Yeah.
All right, everybody
Well,
follow.
for me, I don't know about you, I guess, but
It went quick for me. This is like podcasting, I guess with anything else, I'm getting more comfortable and
Yeah. I'm glad you're doing it.
Easier
Thanks for
and
having
easier.
me on your show.
for sure. What's your Instagram and stuff?
I'm at Time to Talk to Paul. All one word, all letters. Time to Talk to Paul. Used to be my AOL Instant Messenger.
Oh, nice.
Made it all the way.
Dude, you are adopted. You don't got AZN in your
No, I don't have KAZN, Pride. or anything.
dragons.
Yeah, no dragons,
Yeah.
no tigers, no nothing like that.
Yeah, dude.
So,
All right, everybody, follow Paul Robertson on his Instagram. If you're going to buy a house or sell a house, find him.
cool.
And see him around the open mic circuit. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Later, jerks. Bye. Thanks, bro.
Thank you.